knew it. Another Heard At Media production.
Hey, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
So on today's episode, we are recapping Summer House, and you guys, Bravo just came out and was like, we're not going anywhere. In fact, we're still building more Real Housewives because we've heard the rumors about Rhode Island, but now it's official. I actually think Rhode Island's a perfect place to do a Real Housewives. And we're also hearing rumors about Real Housewives of Chicago. So I think that's going to happen too.
I think I like the smaller city ones more. Chicago's a big city, but I like the smaller city ones like Rhode Island and stuff like that because I feel like the more smaller, the crazier and cuckoo the girls are, and the more it feels like small town. You know what I'm talking about? Like if they did like a city in Michigan, not Detroit, but a city in Michigan, you would get those people that that have so much issues and so much drama. I love that. And Chicago would be too big.
Right. No, I can see that too. I feel like people think Michigan is not it, but there's so many rich areas. There's so many great areas that they could do it in. And also I feel like Michigan has the Albanian people, they have the Arabs, the
Albanian community, Jewish community.
Yeah,
we have the white community, the African American community. We have everything here. We have we're a potluck too.
Yeah, it's so diverse that and also I feel like there's so many foreigners here that people like to watch foreign people. I'm sorry, they really, really do. And so I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry. I mean, we're foreigners, but I'm just saying people really do like to watch people like that because they know they kind of grew up maybe delusional or, with trauma or whatever it is. I don't know. It's interesting to watch. And then it's interesting to see the dynamics. So I feel like them not taking advantage of that, they're missing out. And that's why we resonate so much with New Jersey, is because that's how our life is, that's how we were raised, all that. And, it's interesting to watch. So I'm glad that they're doing Rhode Island. Like you said, that is just like how they do Potomac,
Yeah.
I'm glad they're doing that. And
they're also bringing back Ladies of London reboot, which that's the out of the 4 announcements, it was Ladies of London, Real Housewives of Potomac, The Valley, which was Persian Shahs of Sunset style, they're explaining it as, and then the wife swap. I'm so excited for Ladies of London reboot. You just recently watched it, right, Roxanne? You said it was so good. Yeah,
so good. But are we bringing the same girls? I don't know. So
that the girl Juliet that was on the show, she what is it?
She died.
No.
Oh, one of them died.
Oh, okay, not her. But she posted the post, and she goes to everyone DMing me about this announcement. I'm sorry, I can't say anything. All will be revealed soon. So I feel like she's somewhere. She might be in it. She might not be in it. I don't think Caroline Stanbury will be in it at all. I feel like they tried her again in Dubai, and there's no way. But we'll see.
I think so. I think she will.
You do?
Yeah, she was a total staple. Dubai didn't work, or Dubai. I don't know. It didn't work, but I think they do love her. So I do think that she would work. And that's where she was originally on. So I think so. But that girl who fell off the horse on Ladies of London?
I don't remember. I watched this long time ago.
Okay. I'm pretty sure she passed away.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is her name. Annabelle. Do you remember Annabelle?
No, I don't recall. Oh, yeah. Now that you say it, yep.
Yeah, she had a stroke and she died in 2018. So, yeah, it's just really sad. She was only 49. So sad. But if there's a show that you guys are I'm kind of bored, what should I watch? Know for certain you will be into Ladies of London if you watch.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And then the Wives of the Housewives edition, for sure Melissa and Joe were on the show because there was rumors on it, and now for sure they're number one that was on it.
Yeah. They're also saying Emily Simpson and her husband are on it.
I can see that.
Jean, I don't know if Regina. There was 2 other ones that are also on it. So I think that will be very good. And then they're doing The Valley with a Reza and MJ version. And I think that's
style, which that's funny you say foreigners because they are foreigners, so it's funny how they're bringing a whole new aspect. I mean, people really, like you said, people really do love it, because even Family Karma, which was like based off the Indians, like people loved that so much.
Yeah. And I think you couldn't bring back the Shaws. Like I never liked, what was her name? The one that smokes weed every day. I forgot her name though, but I never really cared for her. And I also, Gigi, we met her and she was nice in person though, but I never cared for her. And Mike is, he is an abuser, so they should not be giving him a platform. So I think this really makes sense. They said Bravo, when they announced this, they were like, they like pointed out, Below Deck Med, Southern Charm, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Potomac, and Married to Medicine have all been renewed. So good to know that. And they also said that season 5 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 3 of Southern Hospitality, season 6 of The Real Housewives of Miami, and season 9 of Summer House have been declared the most watched season of their series ever.
Wow. So they're making sure that we all know that Bravo's still doing good and they're kicking strong. And I think this also, like, what this also tells us is that they're gonna probably most likely come out, like end of this year or beginning of next year. And they didn't wait till BravoCon to announce this, because like you would think that this would be like a BravoCon announcement. But
I feel like they're not gonna do BravoCon, Chantel.
They are.
But Chantel, it's May. There hasn't been like any talk about it.
No, it's on the website. It has dates and everything.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's on the BravoCon website. They're doing it at the same place again, Caesars, Las Vegas, and there's the same dates. Like there's like 3 dates. Like it's the same timeline as like last time.
Oh gosh, I have to like look into that then.
Well, yeah, no tickets have been like released. We'll see when that comes. We'll see when that time comes. But and maybe you're right. There's still a chance that they could cancel it if they haven't done anything yet either. But I know that there's a placeholder on the website for it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it. By the way, I've had a lot of you guys add me on the step thing. We're on a step competition at my work. And so then we're doing it with all of you guys too. And it's on Stride Kick. So it's been really fun seeing like how much it's been actually like I thought I was good at walking. And I'm not, because you guys are absolutely killing it with walking. And so I know Paula, like she'll wake up and have a bunch of steps, and there's so many of them who just have crazy steps. And I'm like, there's like Kelly who does, I don't know. I'm just like, what the hell? I thought I was good, So I'm having fun doing that because it's motivating me for sure to have a lot of steps. Chantal had like 600.
Hey cousins, want to make this your best season yet? I've been loving how easy it is to eat well with Factor. Nutritious meals, they're ready in just 2 minutes, no cooking, no cleanup, just heat and enjoy. I've been outside more getting steps in, and we might just start a challenge soon with this. And the last thing I want to do after is prep dinner. Thankfully, my Factor meals arrive fresh and are ready to go. This week I had the Chipotle rubbed chicken with roasted veggies. So good, it's refilling. I am not joking. I brought one the other day to work, and my sister and I were fighting over it. She works with me a couple days a week, and so now I have to bring her one because I don't want to fight over it. So with 45 weekly options, you can choose meals that match your lifestyle, whether you're going for Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or even keto. They've got breakfast and snacks covered too. Ready to feel good, eat better, and skip the kitchen stress? Get started at factormeals.com/TRH50off and use code TRH50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code TRH50off at factormeals.com/TRH50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Experience a progressive lens engineered with AI from Essilor, powered by individual measurements of your visual behavior. A lens personalized to you by an Essilor expert. Discover Verilux XR Track and enjoy instantly sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com.
Nurses, are you tired of spending weeks or even months finding the perfect job that matches your specialty with your ideal shift and salary? LinkedIn has improved your job search experience. Search by specialty, the shift you want to work, and the salary you want to make. Go to linkedin.com/nurses and begin searching today. That's linkedin.com/nurses.
Note, side effects may include less time finding the perfect job, working a shift that you love with a salary that can take you to St. Thomas, Jamaica, and continuous smiling because of how simple this process was.
Subs.
That is such a lie. Yesterday I had like 7,000. The day before I had 7,000. And
I'm sorry. I'm at 6,000. I'm sorry. I'm at 6,000.
Yeah. And then anytime you guys see my steps, add plus or minus, add 3,000 to 5,000 minimum. I'm not joking when I say that because I walk every day at work. And again, my phone's not on me. And then I work out. So yesterday, the same thing. I went to hot Pilates class. Like that probably wouldn't have given me a lot of steps because you're in the same spot. But still, like if I had a like an Apple Watch, like it would have at least tracked my my heartbeat going up. And then I still walked like 2 miles on my treadmill at work.
Yeah.
So it's still motivating for me because like yesterday, I was like doing stuff around my house. And then I was like, I saw like the trash bins in my house and I was like, let me go get them. They'll give me an extra 25 steps or something. And like, I literally went outside, got my trash cans, brought them to my house. Like I was doing dumb shit like that just to get it up. But like, so it is motivating. Even today I was at the hospital. My husband had like a knee surgery, like very, non-invasive, but I was there and I was like, let me get up and start walking.
Can we tell them about the story about your husband in the car?
Oh yeah.
You guys,
let me first tell you about last night because this is my husband's first surgery and I've had like 3 and I've taken like multiple people to their surgeries. So like I know the deal. And so he's never taken anybody. This is his first surgery. So like I feel for him, So yesterday we had to be up, you guys, at 5. We had to be there at 5:15 a.m. So I was like, okay, we need to sleep. It was like 11 o'clock. He would not stop like needing consoling. And I was like, you're going to be fine. It's all about mindset. Like, just have a strong mind. Like you're fine. And he was freaking out about something. Like he wanted to change his decision on something. And I was like, you're fine. It was like hitting 12 a.m. now. And I was like, okay, do we need to call your mom? Like, do you need like something different than I can't give you right now? Because like, it was a lot. Like, I love being in that role, but also like, I can't do it because like, I don't need that much consoling. So I was dying. And then you go ahead with your story.
So then I am like blowing up Chantel because we are going to record a podcast. Obviously, I know she had told me that she is on her way home with him. And then he had asked me, he knew someone that I'm related to. And he was asking me about her. So I was trying to call him to explain. And they weren't answering. And I kept calling because I'm that biatch. And so I keep calling them and they finally answer. And she's like, sorry, we were on the phone with his friend. He had sent a picture to his friend of him in the hospital.
Group chat.
Friend group chat. And of him in the hospital. And then they all like called us. And I was like, oh my gosh, we love a thirsty housewife who is dying for attention. Oh my God, stop. You like sent a picture randomly after not even telling them of you in the hospital.
I'm going to send you the photo. I'm not going to send it now because watch me hear your ding, but I'm going to send you it because it's the funniest photo. And it literally looks like something so much.
Send it to me because I don't have the ding on right now.
Okay, I'm going to send it to you.
I was literally like, you don't even know how much I was clowning on him. He probably wants to beat me. And I was like, man, men and their feminine energy. I mean, they really want some attention, sending a group picture. And he was like going to beat my ass. But I'm sorry. Like, I was like, you were being so thirsty and dramatic doing that. And I just feel like that's how men are now.
But it's so funny because like I'm so playing into it because like I got home, I was like, let me make you let me like get you everything. Like I'm acting so extra about it because like I just want him to know like I'm being so good. And I've had it on the other hand where my mom does not give a shit when I've gotten surgery and like it feels like shit, And so like I'm doing everything. I'm like, I'm gonna make you soup. Like I'm doing like everything so much extra, but it's so funny.
And
and he's like energized and I'm like, can you go to sleep?
Right. When he didn't answer my call, because I was calling him because he texted me and he was like, do you know this person? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so like he wasn't answering because again, it was him like, pouring his heart out to his friend about what just happened to him. And I like had texted him. I'm like, you think because you had major surgery, you don't have to answer your phone. You think you're entitled to rest. My parents had 700 surgeries, then had to go to work that evening. And he's like, I'm going to call you in one sec. So yeah. Um,
And
by
then
the
another toxic trait real quick that happened to me today. It's like anytime I hear a pregnant person say they're craving, I'm like, oh, I'm craving that all of a sudden. It's like I take on their craving for a second. And like we wanted bagels after her surgery. So I was like, let's go get bagels. I'm the one that really wanted it. And like someone had said that they crave a chocolate chip bagel every single day. I've never had a chocolate chip bagel, okay? And I'm usually that girl that gets like the everything or like the Parmesan or something like salty. And so I get the chocolate chip bagel, and you guys, I'm so mad at myself. I'm still thinking about how I want to go back and get another bagel.
Oh, wow. It was nasty.
It wasn't nasty, but it was just like sweet. And like, it's like, that's not what I never actually craved that. But like, it's like, cause someone said it, I was like, I'm craving a chocolate chip bagel. And like,
Right.
I really wasn't though.
Well, it's probably better not eating
I
another
know.
bagel.
No, I would never.
I know this morning I actually ordered, I don't know why. I was just like, I'm craving an everything cream cheese bagel from Tim Hortons, and I got that.
Oh, ew, from Tim Hortons. Sorry if people like Tim Hortons. No, thank you.
Why? It was just how can you go wrong with a bagel and cream cheese?
No, you can. Like I promise you can. Like they don't make good bagels. They don't make good donuts. They only make good coffee, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, let's get to Summer House now.
Yeah, let me get my notes.
This was a really good episode.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, but I do think that like we're just like Ciara said in the very end, like it's like I'm over this whole Jesse and Lexi thing. You know, it's like it's an every episode thing, and like even on this episode, even though I'm into it still, like it is a lot. It's like the whole episode's it's about the relationship and about them.
Yeah, so you're over it.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm still into it, but I'm over it at the same time. Like I'm ready to get to the reunion just to see what they both say like to each other and how that like resolves itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get straight into the weekend. They arrive at their summer house. It was pretty fast and straightforward. And Paige and Lindsay came together and they're talking about if they have seen or talked to Lexi and Jesse. And, you know, Paige says no. By the way, you guys can tell that like Paige is so checked out, like in the sense of like, you know, we know that she's been having her anxiety. Like you can see in her face, and coming from someone who went through that, like having panic attacks and anxiety randomly, never had in my whole life and just randomly started getting them. It's like, you can tell she's just so like, she just wants to be out of there. Like she does not want anything to do with it because it's like so many people.
Yeah.
Do you feel that from her or no?
Well, I feel like she's checked out of her relationship with Craig, and
which is probably causing her anxiety.
Yeah, because there was a scene about Craig, but I don't know if we're gonna get into that.
Yeah. And so Lindsay ends up saying she did talk to Lexi, and that like Lexi had said to her, you know, her and Jesse haven't talked. Like she thought that he would text her or call her, and he did it. So like from Lindsay's point of view, like they haven't talked. So now she told Paige that. Then all of a sudden, Jesse and Lexi walk in together, and Paige and Lindsay like are on the floor. Their mouths are on the floor.
Yeah, it's just, and that's why you don't get other people involved in your relationship or do things in front of other people. That's why also we're not good for reality TV, because the entire time I would like look at my man and be like, no matter what, we only talk or we only like discuss issues off camera. And that's not a good TV show, but like look what's happening to their relationship. So many opinions, so many stuff, because they're both getting people involved.
Yeah, and they met on the show. And keep in mind, you guys, this relationship formed only 6 weeks ago. So like the fact that, you know, there's only 2 weeks left really, and like the fact that it's so awkward for them entering like this, and then everyone's also like annoyed of the relationship, like that says a lot about them as a couple and like what is happening here.
Right.
It is too much. It's just giving way too much. Lexi comes in and says they're good, and she's like, you know, they're just like, yeah, we're good. And Paige is like, they're acting weird. Did you think that they were acting weird when they came in?
No, I just think that they all are. They know people are judging them and looking at them like, girl, like you didn't,
baby girl.
Yeah, my kids always say that.
I know. Everyone else comes in and they're all sitting on the couch all together. And Amanda had asked Jesse, like, what was your takeaway that you had with if you guys had a talk? And he basically says, I'm a bad communicator. And that's like what his takeaway was from it. And this is when Ciara gets so crazy, you guys. And she's basically like, yeah, so you're a liar and you're two-faced. Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't expecting that.
No, and like it's like Ciara's that person that doesn't have to say one thing, and you can feel her energy coming from her body, and it was just so awkward. And she was shook, or he was shook, and everyone else was shook. And I just didn't like that she said it that way. It's like, you have a problem, like you need to address it with him.
I understand where she's coming from because I believe that Jesse is, flirting with her and he's the one doing this stuff. And then listen, I would get offended too, though, if someone was like, yeah, I only told her this. And the reason I said, why didn't we work out is because I felt bad for her when she's like, bitch, I didn't ask you to feel bad for me. You don't have to feel bad for me. I'm good. So I get why Ciara is doing that. It's just uncomfortable because Lexi's there.
For sure. But to me though, like this whole thing, and to me when I was watching, I was like, is there more? Has there been more done and said off camera that we don't know about? Because it just felt so intense that, like, other than him saying, oh, I did it because I felt bad, and then him saying, hey, don't touch my arm, Lexi wouldn't like that, like, would cause this much of an emotion from Ciara. I was like, there has to be more. Maybe they do talk a lot outside of the show, and then, like, he would tell her things that we don't know about, and she's kind of like a closed book. She doesn't say anything. So it's like, I wish that I knew if there was more or not, and if not, like, in this relationship.
Yeah.
It just came up a little sus from Ciara because it's like, okay, whoa, like you're that mad. And like we'll get to their conversation in the very end too. No one really cares about Kyle and his sperm, but he definitely wants us to all care. And he goes on the phone conversation and basically comes out and says that he has a bajillion sperm buddies and he's ready. He can like get someone pregnant by sneezing on them. And the one thing that took me by surprise, and are we surprised by this, is that the way that Kyle makes it seem like it's up to him when he wants kids, and how surprised he is it's not his decision anymore. Like,
yeah.
he thought it was up to him. He's like, I never thought I was gonna have to be like, oh, are you ready? Like, I thought when I was ready, she was gonna be ready.
He's a delusional human.
Yeah, like it just goes to show you he's so selfish in their relationship, and he always has been. But like that's another example. It's like he's like, I thought when I was ready, she can be ready. Like, it's like, no, like there's two people in this relationship, and both people have to be ready.
Yeah, I think in their relationship, he's always been so in control of it. And it was always in his timing. And now she's looking at him and she's like, checkmate, this one's not on your timing.
Yeah. Carl, Jesse, and Kyle are outside now, and they're kind of talking about soft bar. And I just want to get your opinion on what if you think this is a good investment. Yeah. So because we're like business people and we're crazy. I just invested in myself, my husband and I, in 2 businesses. And Carl basically says that it's going to take him $600,000 to do the build of the business. So like that's just like getting everything to look good inside like a restaurant. And it's not a restaurant. It's a coffee place, basically, that's going to have non-alcoholic drinks. And then also he's going to be paying $10,000 in rent. Do you think this is a good business idea for what he's what he's wanting?
It's absolutely a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. And it shouldn't be done. And I understand you being passionate. Like, I'm passionate about butterflies. I'm not about to open a butterfly studio up. Like, I mean, I'm really not passionate about.
Are you passionate about butterflies?
Not at all. It's just the first thing I thought of, but it's like, that's fine. And Kyle made a good point because he was like, sometimes like business, he says, he's like, people are going to talk shit. People are going to be like, but if a business was like rolling, you're too late. If it's not, that's good. Like, you're building on something. But I'm just like, no, this is definitely not a good idea. It's just not.
Yeah, to me, like if he went and said he's gonna spend $250,000, that's an amount of money that maybe you can go in and say, I'm willing to risk this. Like, my investors are willing to risk this. It's something that you can probably make up, but like to take $600,000 and the most you're gonna probably do is like drink pastries and soft alcoholic, like no alcoholic stuff. You're not going to make your money. You're not. Like, I own a coffee shop and I own in a good area. And I'm not saying my coffee shop is the best or we make that much money, but you know how much you have to do so much volume in that place to even make up the money you put into it.
And I don't think he's thinking that through.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely not a good business idea. I'm proud of him to go after his dreams, but it's like you maybe should have thought about it in a smaller scale. And then if you did do well, then you can go and do a bigger one.
Right.
This is also a conversation where, again, Jesse is like talking about how this is the one time we actually see him saying something like nice, about his feelings. He was like, I was just so depressed, about this week. And, Lexi's telling me she doesn't want to be with me. He's like, I'm so head over heels over her, which was nice to hear because I feel like.
But wasn't he just telling Wes that?
He was telling Carl that.
Okay. But see, the thing is, I want him to say that around Paige and them. I don't want him to
exactly.
Say that
Yeah.
And that's the problem is he won't say that around them.
Yeah, correct. Because like this was the first time that he actually like mentioned something nice where he wasn't talking shit.
Yeah.
In the room upstairs, it's Lexi, Lindsay, and then Ciara comes in and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were here. Like, I would have brought you one." But it was just awkward right off the bat. Like, you can,
so awkward.
yeah, you can tell Ciara and Lexi don't care for each other, and it could be because of Jesse. It could be other things, but most likely it's probably.
I think it's all because of Jesse. I think
Yeah.
Jesse did this. So I mean, I think he started something where they don't like each other, and it all stems from him.
And it's crazy because Lexi was on Watch What Happens Live, and she keeps saying, and she reiterated again last night, everything about this, like, I blame Jesse. Like, it's Jesse. I put my blame on Jesse. Like, she always keeps saying Jesse. She's never once said, like, really anything to make it seem like, you know, Ciara's a problem. She really is so classy when she talks about situations.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. 3 couples, 4 vacations, a lot to unpack. Watch The 4 Seasons, a new series starring comedy favorites Tina Fey, Steve Carell, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, and more in a hilarious and heartfelt love letter to long-term relationships. Based on the original Alan Alda film. Watch The 4 Seasons, streaming now only on Netflix.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Shopping is hard. I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
This episode is brought to you by Factor. Optimize your nutrition this year with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Eat smarter at factormeals.com/listen50 and use code listen50 for 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Factormeals.com/listen50, code listen50. T's and C's apply.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like Ciara is giving me the ick. Like she comes off, you know, a little bit, I don't want to say mean girl because she has her own feelings and things, but it's like she comes in, she's kind of like standoffish a little bit. It's like she seems like she's rolling her eyes kind of when like Lexi's talking about the situation with her and Jesse to Lindsay and them. And it's like, I just don't like that. It's like, walk away then if you don't want to hear it. Like, why are you sitting there talking to them?
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think it's because she's hearing like from Jesse that Lexi is so bothered. She actually did like a podcast episode recently, and I don't know where it was, but she was like, you know, at the end of the day, Lexi might not even be here next year. So I'm going to do what I do. So many people come and go. Like, I don't have a problem with her. If I see her next summer, I see her. If I don't, I don't. Like, so many people come and go. So half the time they don't even come back. And I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
but I think Lexi would come back unless she chooses not to.
yeah, I do too. I think they'll bring her back, especially like with this whole now Ciara thing where it's weird between them. They would be dumb not bringing her back. So they're for sure going to bring her back.
Yeah, and Lexi's hot. She seems outgoing. She brings drama. She can bring a new guy. Like, there's so many qualities to have in Lexi to come back. Like, it wouldn't make sense not to bring her back.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is also the conversation where, Ciara's telling both of them, like, I just don't like how he's a flip-flopper. He's basically flip-flopping, and it's like awkward because she's staying in front of Lexi, and I'm just like dying. I was like, I just want this story to end.
And Lexi's dying too. You could tell. This is her boyfriend. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm. It's also interesting. We get to Wes, and he's in his room, but he's like kind of opening up. It's weird because he's telling us he can't open up. Like it's hard for him to open up. It's not in his nature. I think a lot of guys are like this, but it doesn't make sense because he is really good about asking people questions. Like even he was like asking Amanda, like, oh, does this mean that you're gonna like be does this mean that you guys are going to start trying for kids? Like he cares about people. And like last summer, I didn't see that side of him. So it's interesting that he's now saying that about himself this summer. Do you think he's just trying to say that because he knows that he's being really quiet this summer?
No, I think he's like one of those guys who's like good with follow-up and stuff.
I know, but like for himself to say like, oh, I can't speak on my own feelings.
Oh, no, I just think that's how he is.
Okay. Well, they're at dinner. They kind of like this summer a lot. They've been having to split up for dinners because it seems like no one wants to take like a big group of reservations.
No, it seems like that's what Bravo has guided them to do. What the hell are you saying? That is Bravo,
because they mentioned it to someone mentioned it tonight. Like, oh, no one could seat us. Like, oh, and then they said no.
Well, I mean, but Bravo still picks who's going with who. Why would Jesse and Lexi go on two different things? Like, come 100%.
On. I know for sure Bravo picks it, but I wonder like why they can't just get them all together.
I mean, it is interesting without Jesse to like hear different conversation. They want that. They want Jesse to say things without Lexi there and Lexi to be in situations where she's with Ciara and Jesse's not there.
Yeah.
So it's just them being messy.
We have the one dinner. It's Lexi, Wes, Ciara, and Amanda and Carl. And Lexi was really nice, and she starts asking Wes about his friend that passed away, and she's like, I've had the same situation. Like, how are you doing? And Wes starts opening up and saying how difficult it is, and he's like, it reminds me of last year when it did happen. Like, I went to Ciara and I cried on her bed for 2 hours, so I can be emotional. And the whole time I'm staring at Ciara. Who are you guys staring at? I don't know, but I'm watching Ciara's reactions. I'm watching her face. I'm watching to see what she's doing. And she is so stone cold. But there was a moment when he did mention her, like it looked like she was going to cry. Did you think that looked like she was going to cry or no?
I did. I thought she was going to cry.
Yeah. So she gets up. He's mid-story kind of talking. She gets up and walks away. I thought that was so rude, but I can understand. You thought it was rude too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but I can understand it's uncomfortable for her because these are the moments where she's like, this is when I feel like you played me because you would come to me all the time. We were so close. We were such good friends. And then now it's like we're at where we're at. So I feel like it was hard for her to get back into that thing. But I think like she could have just said like, sorry, this is a lot for me to hear. Like, I'm going to step away for a second. And yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say her feelings are 100% valid, but it was rude because this is about someone who passed away and he is opening up something he doesn't typically do. And you were involved in that. And he acknowledges that you were there for him and he literally came up to you. And I get why you might need to take a breather or just like walk away. But I also get how that looks very, very rude. And then you come back and you don't say anything. It's like, well, then let's talk it out.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just awkward. And then Amina's like, are you good? And she's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, like this is the most awkward, dinner situation. And it's like, now this is like 2 scenes that she made feel so awkward for a viewer. So I can only imagine those other people and how they feel. Yeah. 3 scenes actually, when they're all on the couch, when she went up to Lindsay's room, and now this situation, it's like a lot. It's like, okay, Ciara, like this is a little cuckoo from you.
I think there are a lot of people though who don't feel like who resonate with her and understand it all.
And that's fine. Cause like, I'm not saying I don't like Ciara. I'm not on her side either, but I just feel like it's like, she's so harsh. Like she really is like stone cold sometimes. And it's like, it's a lot, and it's like, it can be uncomfortable watching.
Yeah.
And like, right away they do, they get back to the house and like the way that you see, I just want to point this out real quick. It's like you see Ciara and Amanda and Paige run up to each other. Like Paige walks in and they're running up to the room, like to be with each other. And like, if I was Lexi, I would feel like shit because, there are those 3 girls. They're all best friends. We know it, but they make it very apparent. And then you have Lindsay, who's just pregnant. Like she's so out of it. She doesn't care. She's in her own world. And then Gabby wasn't there that night. So like when she does have Gabby, it's fine. But it's like you're almost alone. And it's like, no wonder where she just goes to Jesse because like, there's no girls for her.
Yeah, I agree. I feel really bad about that too. It'd be very hard for me to come into that house because there is like cliques and stuff, but also like go off. I mean, if there's, if I have best friends, I'm sorry that I have a clique. Like these are my BFFs. Like I'll be you and stuff, but I'm also like, sorry, like these are my BFFs. There's already been some awkwardness. Like go make your own clique, So I can see, I can see both sides of that. And it would definitely be hard coming into a house like that. But also, am I going to be like a hater of someone who just like has their own clique? No,
it's your first season. Paige talks about it one time, and she felt that same way because like her and Hannah really didn't know each other when they walked in, and like she did feel like it was a cliquey with like Danielle and Lindsay, and then Danielle and Lindsay and the boys and stuff like that. So she felt that way her first like season or two, and then like you said, she made her own clique, and like look how that went for them,
exactly.
So, yeah, it does. But I just feel like she has no one to make a click with other than Gabby, and Gabby's like MIA half the time because like I said, it's like
no one knows why Gabby's still on the show.
I know, literally.
No one. Everyone's like, wait, you're still here? Okay, what?
So you guys, we get to.
Well, there was a part that you missed, and it's regarding like Paige and Craig. They bring up Craig.
No, that's later. That's later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not done yet. There was a lot of notes because there was a lot of conversations. But I know you have to leave in a little bit, so I'm gonna try to be fast. But Jesse's doing it again, you guys. Like he's doing it again. He's talking with Paige and Kyle and Wes, and this is where his issue is. Instead of just venting and explaining his POV to the people, he comes across as complaining about his girl. And it's like, why are you with her then? Like, why, when you're talking to somebody and she's already told you this is the problem. Why, when you're talking to these people, you're complaining and venting? And what I mean by it, for example, he's telling them the story about how, they talked it out and then he had to go to her house and he had to have this like therapy session with her mom and her sister. And he was like, we had to do that. He's implying it's weird, okay? Without 100% saying it's weird, he's implying it's weird. They all pick up on it. They're saying it's weird. And then he also goes and says like how they all went out with each other later, and then the mom and sister were like out until more than they were. Like they went out even more. And it's like, why are you talking shit about your girlfriend?
Yeah, and why are we talking about the parents? And listen, Paige and them aren't going to react or respond unless you make them feel like they could. And that's exactly how he's made them feel. On the real though, Paige or Lexi's mom and sister and that whole dynamic is weird as fuck. Like it 100%. Really is.
I 100% agree with you. Wes even calls it. He's like, Wes is not holding back his feelings. And he's like, it's weird that you're at that level of therapy with a mom and sister. It's like, have the boundary. It's weird that they do PDA in front of like a mom and a sister like that. It is weird. It's very weird to me. I would never do that.
And then Jesse says, he's like, yeah, I would never do that. It's weird. I'm like, Jesse, just shut up. You're not helping yourself out. You're giving no favors for yourself. Like you should not be saying that. And if you feel like it is, say it to Lexi, not to them. That's her mom and sister. We are podcasters who recap shows. To us, it's weird. We're allowed to say that. You're dating the girl. What are you doing?
Exactly. Like I even wrote that. I was like, did you tell Lexi was weird? Did you tell her those things? Because if you didn't tell her those things, you have no business going to Kyle, Paige and Wes and telling him it's weird. It's like messed up. And this is why, like, I'm so happy she freaking dumped his ass.
Yeah, because he's too stupid, dude. He really is. I'm so sorry, but no, that is just like not okay.
We also get to another thing I want to point out about Jesse just really quickly is that then he starts talking to Amanda and Paige, and he's basically asking them for advice for the Ciara situation because they're about to have a beach party, and he wants to know, like, he's like, I'm gonna pull her to the side, and I want to apologize, like, any advice. And like this is when Amanda tells him, like, dude, like me and Craig that day thought you guys were gonna hook up. And he's like, did Ciara think so? It's like all he cares about, you guys, is women wanting him, like hot women wanting him. And like, that's all he cares about. He's literally a douche. He's a douchebag.
Yeah, I agree.
So at the end of the day, I am happy when Ciara goes off on him, even though she's kind of intense. Like, it's like he deserves it. He needs it.
I don't think she's being intense at Jesse. I just find it uncomfortable for Lexi.
Yeah. We get to the beach, and this is the part Rexy wants to talk about. And so Amanda's like crying, or Kyle's crying to the boys about Amanda not giving him attention. And Paige said this. She goes, Kyle's a problem. It's similar to Craig, where they want to be celebrated all the time and reassured, and you're doing so good, and I'm so focused on you. And Paige is like, we should be getting that. Like the roles should be reversed here.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say it's giving your husband. I'm just kidding because my husband does the same thing.
My husband went through surgery and has a valid reason to feel that way.
but that goes to, but she was like, what did she say? Did she say like bring feminine, or what did she say? Like so feminine, or did she say something like that?
Yeah, she said something like that, and she was like, the roles need to be reversed here.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like so with her on that. Like I was like, yeah, literally like bring that back because it is exhausting. And but like I know that you have to be like, sometimes I feel like I'm so harsh with my husband and I'm like, I need to be softer. I need to be soft. Like he needs soft. But also it's like uh, like we need like really soft, but we don't even complain that we need that. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I was like, she's so checked out of this man, so checked out.
Yeah, because for her to say it's like all they want to be is celebrated and reassured all the time, like it's a lot. It's a lot on someone who's already busy. Like we don't have time for that. Like we really don't.
Yeah.
We don't have the time to make sure you're good at all times. Like we're in a relationship, so you should just feel as a man feel lucky and feel happy and feel secured. And you should be making us feel reassured. Like that's really where it should come down to.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we finally get to the final like scene of it, and this is where Jesse is apologizing, and Ciara basically just says to him like, I don't want you to feel bad for me. I don't like friendships like that. And Jesse said said like, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. He kept saying sorry. He was trying to be very apologetic. And Ciara's like, I'm just over you guys, and I really only have 1 week left of me and you guys. And like, that's how I feel too. It's like, she's so done with the situation, but I do wonder why it is affecting her so much.
Again, I understand where she's coming from. Okay, so but I wanted to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay, like Jesse ends up, they're all like sitting and talking. They're all at this picnic, which Chantel, that picnic stuff gave me PTSD because remember me and Chantel went into a business doing that. Big time PTSD because there's so much work involved in that. And we were just like, we're just girls. Like, we don't want to do that. We're just girls. And so anyways, in front of everyone, he's in front of Lexi, he looks and he's like, I want to have a talk with you. And here's the thing. This is me being a crazy person. My boyfriend is not going to sit there while I'm there and, tell a supermodel he wants to have a conversation with her one-on-one. And like, I immediately get uncomfortable and I'd be like annoyed. And I think it's fair for Lexi to be annoyed. That has nothing to do with Ciara though. But I can tell like she even, if you look at her face, like she was like, okay. And it's like my boyfriend, even if it's 6 weeks, like this is the beginning. This is not the type of guy that I want to be with, who is sitting there having these relationships with these women who are like super hot, super, super hot. And I get it because he works with them at the end of the day. I'm just looking at it in my perspective, but I know if like you work with them, that's fine. But I also don't want you to be close with any girl. And one of my girlfriends, I was talking to her and she's like, well, listen, because we were talking about Summer House. She's like, should we care if a guy has a friendship with a girl before we dated? Like, what can we do about that? He had that friendship before they dated. So why should this girl have a problem with it? Why should Lexi have a problem with it? But I have a problem with it when she looks like how Ciara looks. Because at the end of the day, I was talking to, I've talked
when there's rumors that you're flirting with her.
Yeah. And they do have a flirtatious relationship. So they do. And they both are flirtatious with each other. So yeah, I'm going to be like, that's a fucking no. Like, yeah, you guys are friends, but you are way too flirtatious with her and you clearly want her and you say things to make her feel better. Like, no, that is not going to happen. So should we as girlfriends be okay with that? Not really, especially when they look like Ciara. I'm sorry, I'm not going to date a guy like that. So I'm a little bit toxic there. I'm just not going to date a man like that. I understand why Lexi gets annoyed of it. And it has nothing to do with Ciara. I'm sorry, Ciara is so damn beautiful, but you're not going to be friends with her, even if you were friends with her before me. Guys have told me when men are friends with girls, especially girls that look like that, they just want to F them. And Jesse would absolutely love to get in Ciara's pants, love to. And he's probably thought about it. Yeah, and he's been inappropriate about it. So for me, when she asked that question, I'm like, oh no, like, yeah, I don't care if they were friends before. Anyways, regardless, my man is not going to be, especially like a single pretty girl, like just a single girl. They don't even have to be pretty because you hear about like the work wives and stuff and they're a 10 in the workforce, but they're like whatever at home, but you just end up getting intrigued by them or whatever. Like, you don't need friendships. The only friendship you need is me, your family, and some of your boys that are appropriate. Aside from that, it's a fucking no. So if I was Lexi and I saw that, it would be hard because obviously I'm not going to tell him, listen, like, no, I'm not fucking doing this, because he would go and tell me I'm a psycho, and he would tell everyone she doesn't like when I comment on your stuff. She doesn't like that I'm friends with you. And then Ciara's looking at her like, what the hell? But I too think if Ciara was in that situation, she would be like, this is weird and it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I don't like this.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure.
So what do you think? Do you think that if a man is friends with a girl before you dated, that you can't say much?
No, I definitely don't agree. I think you have to set boundaries right away, actually, in a relationship like that, so that they know that there's no surprises. They know what you feel, and everyone's different, but I wouldn't like that. And I think that just like setting the boundary, and she tried to say like, listen, I don't mind if you comment on their photos, but like maybe say things like, you look beautiful, not like, hey, your sexy ass is coming out or something. And it's like, he just didn't respect any of her boundaries, and she tried to be nice and respectful about them having a relationship and them working with each other, and he just blew past every single one of them. But I would not like that. It would drive me insane.
Yeah, he's the biggest problem, you guys. Like, period. It's not Ciara, it's not Lexi. He's a problem. Lexi did go on the Nick Viles podcast because Nick is so annoying, and he probably doesn't even watch this stuff, but now he, targets all these people and he thinks he knows their situation. And we're like, you just started watching Stop Talking Nick.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't like him. If there's like a Nick hater, it's me. I don't like him. Anyways, so she went on Nick's podcast, and she was like, Ciara told me that I'm not allowed to discuss her, whether it's good or bad, like just keep my name out of her mouth. And so I can't like really talk for her. I can't talk about the situation if it involves her. And I was like,
but she's just so scary. It's just like, damn, like, I don't know, just so awkward. Like, I hope she comes back on purpose now.
Yeah.
I don't like someone being silenced like that.
Yeah, it's just
over a situation that wasn't really her fault. Like, it's Jesse's fault. Lexi's blaming Jesse. Ciara, you should be blaming Jesse, and you should be fine with the relationship. And then, but I do think we see more next episode because, Lexi does say like, yeah, I don't like you because if you heard the things he said about you to me, like you wouldn't she basically says it. So I wonder
but like also, how does that make her look? That she's now exposing like what her man says to her behind closed doors about other people.
Yeah, I think it's a little messy, but I also think like it's fair game. Like, look what he put her through. She did say something. I don't know if you watch What Happens Live. She also did spill. They asked her though, like, what are the messiest things that Jesse has said to you about like other people? And she goes, oh, like, about Wes, like that Wes basically, she said that Wes wanted to be with Ciara just to become famous, basically. Jesse told her that.
And I believe that. I believe that Jesse said that. I believe that he said that. And it's so funny because Wes is like us, like the whole time, like he sees how they are like humping each other and all that. And he's like, it's too much. Like, it's fucking crazy. And I feel like I resonate more with like a Wes personality because I would be looking at it like, okay, calm down, So I resonate with his personality about that stuff. But just to know that he did say that about Wes to begin with. Like he did say like, why are you like hugging up Wes? He is like Wes' biggest hater. Like he's one of those guys who are people's hater, like men's hater. He wants everyone not to like Wes. He even was like, well, now I know how Wes feels. And now he like hates it, but it's because he didn't care when Wes felt like that. He probably loved, we talked about it last episode.
Yeah.
He loved it. But now it's like, no, I don't want this for myself.
I wonder if Wes is going to come back because like, I don't think Bravo will bring him back if this is how he acts this season. And it was funny because also on Watch What Happens Live, the girl Tinks was on there. She's like the social media person, but she was like, I'm so over Wes's victim mentality, like the whole season moping and making it seem like, oh, I can't talk because it's like, shut up, like be a man, like grow out of it and like say you're sorry like you did and like be yourself, And so I don't think they're going to ask him to come back.
I think he'll come back.
Yeah, maybe just because like we finally have like a boy crew and like I feel like it's hard for them to keep the boys.
Yeah, I think he'll come back and he'll have a lot more to say. And you know what? His dynamic with Jesse is going to be different. So I think
I hope so.
Yeah. It was a really great episode though.
Yeah, no, I liked it. And I think next one's the last one.
Is it? Did they say season finale?
Well, they just said there's like 1 week left. So it didn't say season finale. So I'm just assuming, but there could be another one after it. But I think it might be. And then they might show more of
You
the
just like made up that whole thing of them saying it's 1 week left.
No, like I'm saying the people have said, like Ciara was saying it, like we only have like 1 week left of this, like I'm done. Yeah, and then they said in the beginning of the episode that this was like the 2 weekends left, this one and next one. So, but maybe they have another extra episode because they're going to talk more about like Craig and Paige, because they're going to show her talking about it because it happened closer to Summer House filming than Southern Charm filming.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, we will be back next week to talk about Atlanta, Valley, and Summer House. Just hopefully Valley's episode next week is good because, oh my God.
I did want to let you guys know I did watch Love Hotel and I really do like it. And Rexanne, you would like it too. It really is so funny and lighthearted. And they're like dating these men, and it's just hilarious. Like I love Ashley, and Giselle's funny on the show, but so is Shannon. The only person like that I'm like is Luann, because she's just too much. And it's funny because we interviewed her while she was filming the show, and it's funny to know like she was probably in her room like just doing work while like they in between.
Who was Shannon like knocked on her door?
Yeah, and Shannon knocked on her door in between these scenes. It's so funny to think about that now.
No, I'm saying Shannon knocked on her door when we were doing the podcast. Like she got up and she's like, "Sorry, Shannon knocked on my door."
That's what I'm saying. Like now to see the dynamic, because like they're all with each other, like even when they're working out, the boys can work out with them if they want to. So it's just so funny.
Yeah.
So it's a good show. So if you guys want something light,
I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm a little late on ending this. Sorry. Bye.